The next presenter is Mr. Rakesh Trivedi, General Manager, Tata Communications, and let us see what he enlightens us.
Helping translate inputs from your devices to actionable insights to multiple smart city stakeholders. And third, the future is now with Tata Communications. Smart cities are no longer the future, they are here now. And Tata Communications Smart Cities Internet of Things solutions can help you transform urban living by engineering your cities to provide residents with safety, sustainability, and hygiene. We enable easy and successful deployments of your smart city initiatives in 3 ways. First, Tata Communications has unified the fragmented Internet of Things ecosystem in India. We will bring together and provide all components of your smart city solution, from the device to the application, through a single window, thus ensuring that your solution is deployed perfectly. Second, you will have access to the Tata Communications IoT platform that will act as the intelligence for your smart city solution, helping translate inputs from your devices to actionable insights to multiple smart city stakeholders. And third, this entire ecosystem will be built upon the Tata Communications IoT LoRa network, which is India's first low-power WAN network dedicated to IoT applications. Designed specifically for devices that operate with low power and long-range requirements, our network is already available in Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru and Jamshedpur. We will be expanding to cities with more than 1 million residents by 2018 and to cities with more than 50,000 residents by 2019. The Tata Communications Smart City Solutions has use cases across 4 broad applications: smart utilities, health and hygiene, safety, and efficiency. For nearly 150 years, the Tata Group has helped to pave the path for industrialization and technology in India. And today, Tata Communications Smart City Solutions are set to build a smarter future for India. So talk to us, and let's bring your smart cities vision to life.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be a part of this event, and thank the event organizers for having us here. My name is Rakesh Trivedi, and I thought I should introduce Tata Communications before myself. I'm the General Manager for IoT business here, and quite excited about the opportunities existing in the smart city space. So a lot has been talked about smart cities over the last 3 years and before that too in India. And as of today also we've spoken a lot about smart cities and what is a smart city. Now to add to whatever has been spoken till now, what I personally believe a smart city should be is that it should target the quality of life of a citizen. It should look at it from a perspective, a city, if it offers good quality of life, it gives you security, it gives you good, healthy living, which is something which every citizen's right is. So if a city can give you all that, then it becomes a smart city. And that requires basic infrastructure. It requires good roads, it requires good hospitals, it requires good schools, it requires a lot of other basic infrastructure which the city has. And with the complementation of the smart technologies which are coming in, which integrates into this basic infrastructure, all this is required because there's a huge influx of people coming from the village to the cities and the urbanization which is happening. So the demand is going up in terms of the manageability of these basic infrastructure. And that's when the smartness is required through an integration of the smart technologies. And to that extent, one thing which is to be kept in mind is that every city has a character, every city has a heritage, and that in the growth phase, in the urbanization phase, or in the smart initiatives, we should not forget that the city needs to preserve its heritage and culture. So if that happens, I think that's a perfect world of a smart city from my personal view. So we've seen a lot of projects happening, and Yes, I agree. At least I personally believe that the government has done a great job. A lot of stuff has happened, keeping in mind the context of the country as such, and the way the political environment and the whole, the municipal corporations are. There are a lot of money existing, there are a lot of budgets available. The challenge has been to utilize the money which is available rather than the paucity of money. And there is a lot which will happen this next coming couple of years, wherein a lot of RFPs would be executed, and it will be in the execution phase. So all of us who are a part of this ecosystem, there are good times ahead. That's the optimism. There is what we have come across is that going through a lot of these smart city proposals, and there are 99 smart city proposals which have come. Few common important ICT technology interventions which has come up in these RFPs are environmental monitoring, command and control center, smart street light, water management systems, smart grid systems, traffic management systems, asset management tracking, and safety of citizens. So these are all the technologies which have been asked for, have been proposed in these smart city proposals, and something which is in action today. Now, what apart from the infrastructure and the build, apart from education, getting the experience of how to deploy and create a smart city, we from an ICT perspective, what we believe is that we should have a seamless connectivity in the city. This means that the network which we are rolling out in the smart city domain, in the city domain, that citywide network, it should have proper connectivity, it should be cost effective, it should address the particular applications and needs in the best possible way. We have the second is device optimization. It's again a very critical factor which is important to be taken into consideration. For example, a smart water meter which is being deployed in a city, it need not communicate to the network on a real-time basis and a continuous basis, because a smart meter application, it's once or twice a month wherein the metering solution is required. And according to that, if we configure it with that particular application in mind, then the battery life goes up, and these are all important factors for the feasibility of a project to take place. And then there is this multiple solution support, the platform which we build, which is the city-grade platform, the application IoT platform or the smart city platform. It should be technology agnostic, in my view. That would be basically, there would be various multiple technologies on RF technologies, which would be required for addressing specific particular solutions. For example, a video solution requires a different type of technology. A smart water meter solution requires a different type of technology. And so we have to have a platform which can integrate and talk to all these multiple technologies existing in the back end. Now, this is an interesting slide which is purposely put across. It's a slide which will highlight a few things. Now, if you see the pictures in the slide, there's a smart water meter, there's a smart gas, there's a smart bin, there's a street light, and there are these environmental factors and sensors. Now, all of these devices are becoming smart. All of these devices are getting sensors embedded. And all these sensors are actually communicating in the network, which require few kilobits or basically tens of kilobits of data. Now, that is an interesting factor, what we have come across as a research report, which says that 70% of the devices in the IoT ecosystem globally, which is expected to be 50 billion devices by year 2020 by some of the analysts, 70% of the devices would be using data which would be 50 kbps and less. Now, that's very important factor. Then the second important factor is that these devices or sensor networks, which we are going to be deploying in the market space, should have be pre-installed and pre-configured. That means it's easy to deploy. Once deployed, you don't have to go and service time and again. Third factor, which is very important, is low price. Price is always an important factor in Indian context, and something which helps in terms of the business modeling and value proposition of the whole solution. And then last but not the least, these sensors have got data, their battery life. Now, if they have to send data on a regular basis, And once they are deployed in large-scale deployments, imagine, for example, an agri-based solution, or imagine a smart water meter solution in the span city with lakhs and lakhs of smart water meters deployed. And if you have to go and service the smart water meter with a change in battery every week, it will be an operational hazard and not a profitable business model. So these are important factors which were kept in mind by Tata Communication to have come to a conclusion of actually launching a network in India, one of the first operator to do that in India. It's called LoRa network, LoRa WAN network, which is low power, long range network. Now this is a very interesting chart again, and if you see the chart, you see we have done a comparison of LoRa WAN with 3G and Zigbee technology. Now, there are 5 reasons why LoRa makes smart cities smarter, and that's basically, we personally feel that it gives you so it's cost effective, it gives you a larger geographical reach, and the number of base stations which you require to cover a city is 1/4 that of a GSM network. So that's an important point. It gives you larger range. It also gives you less power. That is very important for battery life. The radio chipsets in LoRa is the cheapest. The radio subscription cost is also low, and then there is transmission latency. It is quite decent. So in this overall perspective, LoRa is now a very important and a very it's basically the fastest growing technology globally. Countries like Korea, Japan, Europe have already adopted it. There's a LoRa Alliance which is existing, which is is a standard body, and there are more than 350 members, actually 500 members now, who are driving this particular alliance globally. I will jump into not concepts, technology, but a real case study. Jamshedpur is a smart city which we have adopted, and since it was built by the Tata Group, these smart cities, what we have done is we've launched a few, not few actually, there are multiple solutions on LoRa network: the smart bins, the smart parking solutions, the smart street lights, smart environmental monitoring, smart sewer monitoring, intrusion detection systems, smart water meter, smart energy meter, temperature and humidity. So these are all the verticals which we have actually been working with TISCO and JUSCO to try and do POCs, and we've done successful POCs and are now in the commercial state of deployment. So this is something which we are proud of, and something which has happened. A lot of applications as well as devices have been inbuilt because as LoRa is a new technology, the ecosystem is being built as we speak, and so a lot of in-house innovations have taken place in the Tata Group. This is my last slide, and what the latest status from our perspective is that we've completed 38 cities of LoRa network deployment. 7 corridors have already been covered, the industrial corridors. We are influencing 150 million population as we speak today with our network. We have a seamless connectivity and an intelligent platform in place. We are spearheading the LoRa ecosystem development in the country as well as globally. And we are inviting most of the startups, most of the ecosystem partners who have not come on LoRa to invest in LoRa and start building applications which addresses the needs of the Indian requirements, Indian cities. And we are hopeful that we will get more of these partners on board, and who will join us in our journey of addressing the huge opportunity of smart cities and adding value to the country. I think with this, I end my presentation. Thank you.